Coming soon to own on
YouTube
video
and
DVD.
Twitch. What getting killed by a jet engine feels like. Now, I know you're all wondering obviously how it feels like to die by a jet engine. If you don't, I don't know what the fuck you're thinking, but obviously, like the superheroes, like Syndrome, well, not superheroes, my fault, supervillains, like Syndrome, is the reason why superheroes can't wear cape. Well, they can wear capes, but superheroes not supposed to wear capes. And if you watch the Invincible War, that's also another reason why you're not supposed to wear capes as a superhero. But enough of me yapping. Let's get straight into it.
Clipboard in your hand, doing your final inspection. The noise is deafening. Your ear protection muffles it to a dull roar. You're focused on your checklist. You've done this 1,000 times. And then you step too close to the intake.
Oh shit!
Oh, hey there. Today we're talking about jet engines. Specifically, what happens when you get sucked into one. Spoiler.
Like, how often is this a common occurrence though? Like, you
It's
just happen to walk in front of an active jet engine, like too close to it.
bad. Here's the thing about jet engines. They're basically controlled explosions that generate enough thrust to lift 80 tons of metal into the sky. And if you
Same.
get too close to one while it's running, you don't get injured. You get erased. What happens in the next
Oh
3 seconds
shit!
isn't death.
So you get pulled in, you hit the fan blades, and wow, you get shredded like a paper shredder, and you get thrown in a combustion chamber and then turned into exhaust. Wow.
It's instantaneous obliteration. And today, I'm going to walk you through every millisecond of it. Let's find out what it feels like to meet a jet engine up close. Okay, before we get into the nightmare fuel, let's talk about what a jet engine actually is. Because understanding how it works,
It's like sometimes I'll be thinking like we dead ass went from rocks and sticks to building this, and now we got brain rot edits, and it's like damn, that we came a long way to the point where we don't even have to think no more. That's why niggas be dumb as hell.
makes what happens to you so much worse. A commercial jet
Ooh, my
engine,
shit
let's say a
leaning.
CFM56, the most common engine on 737, works on a simple principle: suck, squeeze, bang, blow.
Pause.
That's the actual
Oh, pause. I'm sorry. I'm fuck. I'm immature. I know, but the nigga
works on a
said,
simple principle: suck,
"Come on,
squeeze, bang, blow.
come on." We couldn't come up with no better terminology for this. Like, I know I'm immature, but fuck.
That's the actual technical term, by the way. I'm not making that up. Suck. The intake fan pulls in massive amounts of air. We're talking about 1,500 pounds of air per second at full throttle. Even at idle, which is where most accidents happen, it's still pulling
Mm.
300 to 400 pounds per second. Squeeze. That air gets compressed by multiple turbine stages, increasing pressure and temperature. Bang. Fuel gets injected and ignited. Controlled explosion. Temperatures hit 1,000 to 2,000 degrees Celsius. Blow. The expanding gases shoot out the back at 400 to 500 miles per hour,
Wow.
creating thrust. Now, here's what makes jet engines so uniquely horrifying as a death machine. They don't care what gets sucked in. Birds? Gone. Tools? Obliterated. Humans? Let's just say OSHA has very specific rules about how close you're allowed to stand to a running engine. And you just broke all of them. The suction zone extends about 10 to 15 feet in front of the intake.
All right, I'm not trying to victim blame, but 15 feet is it's a lot. But on an on the airport, like little runway strip, how the hell do you get 15 feet in front of the fucking jet engine? Realistically, how the hell do you accidentally walk this close to the jet engine?
Inside that zone, the airflow is strong enough to pull loose objects, or people, toward the engine. And once you cross the threshold, there's no fighting it. The engine's pulling in 300 plus pounds of air per second. You weigh maybe 150 to
Shit. Shit, nigga, I wish I weighed 150. Actually, no, I don't. I prefer being not fat, but like prefer being bigger than skinnier.
200 pounds. Do the math. All right,
Nigga, I'm cool 240, 230, but I get your point. I
here's
get your
where we
point.
break it down. Because this doesn't take minutes. It doesn't even take seconds, really. From the moment you get pulled in to complete obliteration, about 3 seconds. Let's go frame by frame. You feel the pull. Suddenly, violently. It's not like wind pushing you. It's like an invisible hand dragging you forward. Your feet slip. Your body tilts. You're trying to grab onto the wing, the landing gear, anything. But there's nothing to hold. Your fingers scrape against the fuselage. Your boots are sliding across the tarmac. And the noise, it's overwhelming. A deep,
shit.
mechanical roar that vibrates through your chest. You're probably thinking, this can't be happening. This is a mistake. I can stop this. Spoiler,
That's the last thing I'm thinking, nigga. You work for the airport. You know you're getting sucked in by a fucking jet engine. The first thing you're thinking was, "Oh shit, how can I get out of this?" You're not thinking this can't be happening.
you can't. The airflow's exponential. The closer you get, the stronger it pulls. By the time you're within 5 feet of the intake, you're moving at 20, 30 miles per hour. Not by choice. The engine's taking you. 0.5 seconds, you hit the fan. The intake fan on a CFM56 has 22 to 24 blades. Each one is made of titanium alloy, weighs about 20 pounds, and is spinning at 3,000 to 5,000 revolutions per minute. That's
Wow.
50 to 80 rotations per second. The tips of those blades are moving at roughly 1,000 feet per second. That's over 680 miles per hour, faster
Wow.
than the speed of sound. So when I
They're moving faster than the speed of sound. Wow.
say you hit the fan, what I really mean is the fan hits you at supersonic speed. Repeatedly. The first blade catches you. Maybe your shoulder, maybe your head. Doesn't matter. At that speed, with that mass,
You
the
get
blade doesn't slow
decapitated.
down. You do, violently. Your bones shatter instantly. We're talking about impact forces in the range of several tons per square inch. Your
Oh my
skull,
God.
your ribs, your spine, they don't bend, they don't crack, they pulverize. And here's the thing, you're probably still conscious for this part. Your
You
brain hasn't
survived
caught up
that?
yet. The pain signals haven't had time to register. But your body? Your body knows something catastrophic just happened. 0.2 seconds. You're through the fan, and now you're entering the compressor stage.
So you telling me we hit this part at the speed of sound and somehow we're still alive after that? When we hit titanium blades at the speed of sound, 680 miles per hour, and we survive.
Stages. Behind the main fan are multiple rows of compressor blades, smaller, sharper, spinning even faster, and you're being forced through them like, well, there's really no polite way to say this. You're being mulched. Your body's
Wow.
being torn apart by dozens of spinning blades in rapid succession. Skin, muscle, bone, none of it matters. The compressor doesn't discriminate. It's designed to handle bird strikes at 500 miles per hour.
Wow. So that's why engines, when they get caught by birds, it don't actually blow up the engine. That shit made to just disintegrate bodies. Holy shit.
A human body? That's just softer. Jet engines are built to ingest small debris and keep running. Birds, ice, small rocks, they get shredded and pass through. You're just really big debris. And here's a fun aviation fact. When something organic goes through a jet engine, it doesn't just disappear. It gets aerosolized, turned into a fine mist of, you.
So that shit is like a flying wood shredder. Like, that shit
Which then
crazy.
gets mixed with fuel and, you know what, let's move on. 0.1 seconds. Welcome to the combustion chamber, where things get really bad. Whatever's left of you, and let's be honest, it's not much at this point, is now entering a chamber where fuel is being continuously ignited. We're talking about temperatures hot enough to melt aluminum. Your body is
Wow.
mostly water, fat, and protein. Water flash boils at these temperatures. Fat ignites. Protein also ignites. Basically, you're being incinerated at a molecular level. And it
Combustion.
happens so fast that there's no smoke, no flame, no dramatic movie explosion. You just cease to be solid matter. You're now carbon
Wow.
particles, water vapor, and trace organic compounds being mixed with jet fuel exhaust. Congratulations, your emissions. 0 seconds. What's left of you exits the engine at roughly 500 miles per hour as part of the exhaust stream. You're not a body anymore. You're not even pieces of a body. You're a cloud of vaporized organic material dispersed.
I'm not gonna lie. That shit kind of hard though. Like the red cloud shooting out the back, like shit, low key fire.
First across 200 feet of tarmac behind the plane. And here's the darkest part of all this. The engine? It's fine.
Still going.
Totally fine. Modern jet engines are built to handle FOD, foreign object damage. They'll do a post-incident inspection, find some residue in the compressor blades, clean it out, and the engine's back in service. You got erased. The engine got a cleaning. Life goes on. Well, not your life, obviously. Okay, but what does this feel like? Because we've covered the physics now. Let's talk about the experience. At first, there's confusion. Why am I moving? Why can't I stop?
Uh, I feel like if you work at an airport and you work on the tarmac, you know exactly why you're moving and you will know exactly why you're stopped.
Bro, are we floating? Yeah, man, I think we now have superpowers.
Your brain's trying to process what's happening, but it's too fast. You're in denial. This isn't real. This doesn't happen to real people. Then the panic hits. Pure primal terror. You know you're about to die. Not in some abstract future way. Right now. In the next second. And there's nothing you can do. And here's the mercy, if you can call it that. This is so fast that your brain doesn't have time to fully process it. The moment you hit those fan blades, you're probably unconscious. The trauma
Wow.
is so severe, so instantaneous, that your brain just shuts off. No slow fade. No final thoughts. Just off. Some researchers theorize that at the moment of catastrophic trauma, we're talking decapitation-level trauma, consciousness ends so abruptly that there's no transition, no life flashing before your eyes. You're here, and then you're not. So, do
Wow.
you feel the shredding? The incineration? Probably not. Your nervous system's been destroyed faster than it can send pain signals to your brain.
So your last memory will be you getting sucked into it, not even you hitting the fan.
The pain would travel at about 120 meters per second. The blades are hitting you at over 300 meters per second. The math doesn't work out in your favor. So yeah, it's horrifying, it's violent, it's absolute obliteration, but you probably don't suffer through most of it. You're gone before your brain realizes what happened. Aftermath. Let's talk about what happens after. The engine gets shut down immediately, assuming someone saw what happened. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes the first sign something went wrong is just less noise, less resistance. The engine runs smoother because there's less mass going through it. Yeah, that's a real thing that happens. The cleanup
Insane.
is extensive. They have to inspect every stage of the engine, compressor blades, combustion chamber, turbine, looking for damage, looking for debris. Most of it's just carbon scoring, heat damage, some organic material stuck in crevices. They clean it, document it, and if the engine passes inspection, it goes back into service. The FAA gets a report. OSHA investigates. Safety protocols get reviewed. Maybe they add another warning sign. Maybe they expand the danger zone from 15 feet to 20 feet. And life goes on. Planes keep flying. Engines keep running. You're a statistic now. A cautionary tale
put
in
on a
safety
T.
training videos. A reason why new ground
If I die in a work-related accident and they put me on the what not to do videos like for the new trainees, I'm haunting every single person at that job, including the trainees. There's no way you're gonna do that to me after I die.
crew members get screamed at if they step too close to a running engine. You became an example, just not the way you planned. So there you have it. Jet engines. 3 seconds from routine maintenance to complete obliteration. Here's the thing though. This almost never happens. Modern airports have insane safety protocols. Exclusion zones, warning lights, training, multiple people watching at all times.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I feel like on a tarmac, obviously, unless you just hop a fence and run out there, you're gonna be a worker. So it's like, in what scenario are you just blindly walking in front of the engine?
You'd have to ignore every single safety rule to end up in this situation. But
Exactly.
it has happened. Continental Airlines, 2000.
See, but this old, I feel like since like 2015, maybe 2018, none of that shit will ever happen.
2006, Southwest Airlines, 1988,
98.
and smaller incidents that didn't make the news. Usually it's loose clothing, a lanyard, something that catches the airflow
See, like that's more reasonable. Oh, so that I get it. Like how somebody could have like the loose clothing or the lanyard could have got blown in the wind, and then somebody probably went to go try to grab it, and they got too close. That's probably the only way I can see somebody getting like caught too close to the engine.
And pulls the person in before they can react. So, if you ever find yourself working around jet engines, follow the rules. Stay outside the safety zone. Hit subscribe if you want to keep exploring the worst ways to die.
Sure. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Like, what's the worst way? Not the worst way to die, but like, what's the worst way to die? I guess. With that being said, I'll see y'all boys later, though.
You don't own my soul. Get your hands off of me. Wanna rest my